What is up, everybody? J Nell here. It's been a busy weekend. J Nell here with my WWE 2015 SummerSlam recap. I'm going to try to get into it real quick because we had a 4-hour show with too many matches. But I actually thought it was a pretty good show. So it started off with Sheamus versus Randy Orton. And it was a pretty good match, hard hitting. They definitely put their bodies on the line. This ended with 2 bro kicks from Sheamus, and he won. And I actually thought that Randy would win that. So, hey, got one. Got me. And I like it when I get surprised by the WWE. Next up, what I was looking forward to, Fatal 4-Way for the tag team titles. It was Los Matadores and Lucha Dragons, who I like. And then my boys, New Day. And of course the champs, prime time players, who I also like. And this match was everything that I wanted. Hard-hitting, quick transitions. It was just a little bit too short. It was about 15 minutes. And when you have 4 tag teams, in order therefore, I think there should be 2 breakdowns in the match where you have to get order again. I think there should be 2 when you have 4 tag teams there. And so there was one moment where Darren Young was isolated with by the New Day, and that could have been because everyone else was laid out because of the previous breakdown. You see what I'm saying? So we only got 1 breakdown at the end, which ended up with my boys as the new tag team champions, New Day. And yes, I was partying. Love Xavier Woods on the outside. He is money. Tricep meat. You can't even get a hamburger in the WWE because Big E has all the tricep meat. Love him. He even face planted El Torito and then bragged about it. I love the New Day. Moving on. I'm probably going to go out of order because, again, too many matches. So next I'm going to talk about Rusev and Summer Rae against Dolph Ziggler and Lana. And I like both of these guys. The storyline's cool. It's good enough. It's good enough to keep my interest. It just ended so horribly in a double count out. And I know to keep the storyline going. But it was a good match. Hard hitting. Double count out. But I felt like they could have just had one of the chicks cheat. Even if it was Lana, a heel or a face can cheat every once in a while. So I think that this should have ended with one of the chicks cheating, and that way you can keep the storyline going. So that's my knock there. Next up, I'm going to talk about the triple threat. Ryback, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Big Show, The Miz. This was a short match. I'm happy it was. Ryback kept the title. I'm happy he did, and I hope they're done with this. I hope they're done. Next, I'm going to talk about Neville, Stephen Amell, and against Stardust and the Cosmic King. And I liked this match, and I gotta say, props to Stephen Amell. This is probably the best performance I've seen from a civilian, probably that I can remember. He trained. You could tell he really wanted to do well and look like an athlete. He was in there quite a bit. He took some big bumps. He did a crossbody off the top to the outside of the ring. Good job, Stephen Amell. And the match flowed. It was quick. Good job, Stephen Amell. And him and Neville won, of course. Neville with the red arrow at the end. And quick, what do you think of this? I think they should do a comic book about Stardust for real. For real. Do a real comic book. And it would be starring an antagonist, which is kind of cool. And then maybe later on, sometime next year, if Stardust is cool with it, maybe you can add in the passing of his father. Maybe that's why he goes into Stardust. And then slowly but surely, he evolves into an anti-hero and actually becomes a protagonist. Kind of, sort of, a dark one. So I actually think they should actually do a real Stardust comic book. And he takes on at this point, different faces. So let me know what you think about that. Next up, we're just going to go ahead and say it's the family match. Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper against Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. This match was exactly what I thought it would be, which was good. I expected good, and I got good. It was well choreographed. Those big men, they can move inside the ring, outside the different, you got the Ambrose and crew winning at first on the outside, interchanging moves, and then you got Luke, and then Bray comes in from underneath with the big body drop. Quick, them big boys can move. This was well choreographed. It was a fun match. I had heard rumors of a heel turn. There wasn't one, and I wish there was. I wish there was. It's time for one of those two, Ambrose or Roman. Give me one of them. Heel turn. Let me know what you think about that. Now, next up, I think we're just going to go ahead and... I think I'm going in order. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Kevin Owens and Cesaro. This is the other match I was looking forward to 3. So this is the second match that I was looking forward to, and it delivered. Well choreographed to the max, quick, hard-hitting, Kevin Owens, that big boy can move. He can fly through the air, everything. He ended up winning, which I knew he would because he lost to the Demon the night before at NXT. So I figured he wouldn't lose two nights in a row. But it just sucked because Cesaro's basically coming off of like a bad stint as well. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with both of these men next. But this match for me was incredible. And talk about well choreographed and the change ups, the seamless transitions, like both athletic. It was short, too short. I would like to have seen a story within the match, but they didn't have enough time, so it was just impressive. The match was impressive. But it could have solicited a more emotional response had they'd have more time. So that's the only thing that was missing. So now, John Cena, and I was about to skip John Cena and Seth Rollins combining, or should I say Seth Rollins versus John Cena, combining their titles, the US and the WWE title. About to skip that. Great, this was actually a good match. And this showcased Seth Rollins. John Cena did a great job of being there kind of as a tool, not really a prop, but he was there, he worked it, but this really showcased Seth, his strength, his ability, agility, quickness, smartness, everything in the ring. Seth is impressive. I've always been impressed by him, and he really showcased his talent here, and he won, and I'm glad he won. But we had a surprise heel turn from Jon Stewart. Forgot to mention that, the host of this show, Jon Stewart from The Daily Show, came in with a chair. Looked like he was going to hit Seth. And he hit John Cena. Then he left the chair in the ring, and Seth got the pedigree onto the chair and won. So, again, got me twice. Got me twice. Did not expect a heel turn from Jon Stewart. So, again, like it when I get surprised by the WWE. So that was nice. Now, the ladies. The ladies. I was looking forward to this match, and I was disappointed. Man, the Divas Revolution has been great. We've seen great matches between these ladies as of late. They've all stepped up their game, and this one fell flat. They talk about a missed opportunity here. Okay, so they've put on better matches during the regular weeks and other pay-per-views than this. And on NXT, what we just saw between Sasha Banks and Bayley. So, okay, it goes on. We've got Team Bella versus, I'm going to call them PCP, because I can't, it's hard for me to PCB, PCT. Calling them PCP, Paige, Charlotte, and the last kicker, and of course Team B.A.D. And they're going back and forth. This wasn't well choreographed. It was not seamless. The transitions were rough. Stop, go, stop, go. Started off okay. Team B.A.D. was eliminated way too quick. Underutilized that entire team, especially Sasha. Everybody loves Sasha. Come on, man, she's the boss. So underutilized that entire team. As soon as they were eliminated, the match came to a grinding halt, and you could feel it in the crowd. Silence, grinding halt. Paige was in there way too long, getting beaten up way too long by mainly Nikki Bella. Okay, so here's the thing about that. Nikki Bella, of course, she stepped up her game. She hasn't defended that title in a while, but she stepped up her game. But she wrestles slow. She's supposed to be like the power one, does big man moves, but really Charlotte does bigger big man moves than she does. She wrestles slow, transitions slow. So her just beating up Paige slowed the entire match down. Alicia Fox was underutilized. Charlotte was underutilized. She was in the match for like 2 seconds. Eventually the last character got the pin, but it was anticlimactic. It was, when it happened, it was like, oh, okay, she got the pin. She started the fight, or she started the match off and she ended it, so that's good for her, but again, there was no like breakdown, big move, pin. It wasn't like a boom ending, pop ending. It just was like, okay, it's over. And I don't even know who she pinned. I can't remember. So it was anticlimactic, disappointment, and they could have done better. Missed opportunity. Now, main event, and sorry if I missed anyone, and we saw Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker for the second time, and let me just say, I don't need to see Undertaker fight anymore. I don't need to see it. Thank you for your service. You're great. You're a legend. I don't need to see it. After he lost, got his streak broken, which I didn't realize. I didn't understand why he needed to have the streak broken, but he did. Fine. He wanted to come back and go off on a win against Bray Wyatt. Fine. Didn't need to see that either. Didn't need to see this, but it was a good match. Undertaker, of course, is not the man he used to be. His belly's now starting to hang over his belt. He's starting to look like an old man. He can't even do like 3/4 of the moves he used to do. So you have to make up for it in personality, in showmanship, and they did. They did. this actually ended up being a good match. And The Undertaker did put his body at risk. He took an F5 outside the ring onto the announce table. I mean, he did things. He did things. He put his body at risk, but I just don't need to see it anymore. Eventually, he did get the win. There was an awkward moment where Brock had the Kimura and the ring bell guy rung the bell, and the ref didn't tell him to, so the ref went over there and was like, dude, the match isn't over, and restarted the match. So that was odd. So of course Paul Heyman was pissed about that. There was a lot of funny moments. They were talking trash throughout the whole match. Brock Lesnar was like, come on, you son of a bitch, come on. Get over here. It was funny. One moment he gets up, he's laughing, sits up, and then Undertaker sits up with a mocking laughter like, ha. So there was funny moments, personality throughout this entire match, again, which there needed to be, because physically it's not, Undertaker's not what he used to be. So this ended with the Undertaker getting the triangle choke, I believe. I think he calls it Hell's something. Let me know what he calls that finisher. But he ended up getting that submission, of course, and Brock flipped him off right before he went to sleep. So nice and dramatic, plenty of showmanship, plenty of personality. It ended up being a good match, but I don't need to see it. I don't need to see Undertaker wrestle anymore. And I think there's going to be a third match at the next WrestleMania. I think that we're going to see this again. Let me know what you think if you need to see Undertaker wrestle anymore. Let me know what you thought of the entire shows. If you made picks, let me know how you did on your picks. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, where there are exclusive 15-second recaps and prediction videos. Subscribe to me here on YouTube and talk to me. Take care and goodbye.